What's good with y'all, bro? I'm gonna get right into this because this is a very important message. Recently, I went back through my music catalog and I looked at some of the beats that my homie produced. We fell out a few months ago, and we weren't talking, and it's just it happens. That's all I can really say about it. But I went back and I listened to it, and I began to like hear his music, and it really spoke to me, and it was telling me shit. So I began to like think about him, and I went and I contacted him. We spoke about things, and we started to exchange ideas. Now this dude has always been spiritual. He's always been like on the shit with me. I taught him a lot of things, and he taught me a lot of things, you know. But it was weird because that's not to say I'm like this spiritual master, like I know everything and shit, but he was revealing things to me that I was surprised that he knew, and how much is common knowledge now. For the longest, I felt like I was the only one in this journey, you know. Then I heard him speak, and he knew as much as I did, if not a little bit more, and this progression happened in the last year, right? So I'm listening to him and I'm telling him these things I've seen in my meditation, these visions where I've been, this last year that we haven't spoken. And he was telling me the same shit. Now I realized that that day that I had this emotional surge through me that I spoke about, that was the blood of the lamb, right? I said that. Realized that a lot of other people took it. And if they didn't take it, they experienced it. That was the trumpet of war. That's what that was that day. That was you being told that the end of the world is happening, and you're being gathered to fight in this army, right? And shortly after that, I had that vision. When I went in my meditation, I sat there and I had this, like I was taken away, like I was transported. I was taken to this realm, and I spoke about it with y'all where I saw the face of God, right? I saw that, and my homie told me he was like really like getting goosebumps and shit, cause he was like, that's such a feminine word to use for another man, goosebumps. Anyway, he was telling me that go check out Ezekiel 128, I think, or 108, somewhere around there. He said, go check that out. That's exactly what happened to Ezekiel, right? So we wrapped up our conversation, and I went back and I checked it out, and by sure as fuck it was. It was exactly what happened to Ezekiel, with the scroll, with seeing the face of God, with getting the message, where you felt his hand reach out to you, touch you, and speak prophecy to you. That's exactly what happened to me. So I began to think on that, and I realized that not only are we living in these prophetic times, but we're getting blessed with the same information. History is repeating itself. This is where we are now. And also in that, he told Ezekiel, repeat what I have told to you today. Repeat this information. That was the day that I learned my purpose. That was the day that I started to speak to y'all about this shit. When that happened to me. When I got the blood of the lamb and I saw the face of God. And he said, at least they know they will have a prophet among them. In that book, and I got the same vision. He said, do not fear what they say. Do not fear their scowls, for that is rebellion. Everything I'm saying to y'all, this is confirmation. This isn't to make me seem like I'm this, gifted and amazing person. Even though I won't renounce my duties and my gifts, I'm not a bragging man. I wouldn't just make some shit up. You know what I mean? So I have this ability, and I got this message, and I receive them through these visions and shit, right? He said, do not fear what they say. Do not fear their judgment. frankly, I don't give a fuck anyway. But that was just confirmation that I'm on the right path. And I knew that that conversation was meant to happen. Everything was planned for me today. So I'm seeing the bigger picture. This is when I fully understood my purpose. It's to be right here. Right? There's nothing new under the sun. It's crazy to think that you can have a connection with the same people. Right? It's crazy that you can have, through thousands of years, whenever, I don't even know at the time that Ezekiel was alive. Right? The fact that I had that same vision the exact same way. It's crazy. And my homie had the same vision. Almost verbatim. You know, so wow. Life is just like, out here the birds are chirping, man. It's beautiful. So, you know, I feel all this energy around me. There's a lot of spirits out. It's a lot of good vibes, man. It was nice to actually meet somebody who was on the same wave of information as me. You know, he recognized that he was a starseed as well, and I've always thought so. It's crazy that I was paired with this motherfucker through coming up on 8 years of my life. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed with his presence, you know? And I showed him a lot of things, and he showed me a lot of things. Pause. But, like, you know, I kind of, like, helped him into this life. You know? I guided him into this knowledge. Because he's not of Israel. He's a Gentile. He's a white man. You know? I never saw that color. But he is a white man. And it says that there is no, we're all the same when it comes to energy. Just the skin we were born in, you know, just Israel just happens to be the chosen people. That doesn't mean that he's cursed. It means that he will be accepted into this kingdom if he follows the commandments like we do. The Most High was even willing to accept Nephilim. He's willing to accept these beasts as long as they follow the commandments. You know what I'm saying? And they weren't even asked to be created. They were just there, right? So don't ever think that you have to be something to be qualified. You can do anything in this world. That's even as deep as salvation, you know? And it felt good to be around a like-minded individual. I haven't had that in over a year, man. When I got expelled from high school, my whole world was just flipped upside down. I went from having these niggas I could chill with every day, I went from having a sense of family to being alone. And I realized how alone I was. This bitch is bad with the tattoos right here. But anyway, I started to realize how, like, blessed I was. You know what I'm saying? And I lost it. I became something else. And I had to adapt to this new reality. And I went through these couple years of my life just building a man solo from the ground up. You know, when I finally submitted to the ways of the Most High and I adapted to this new lifestyle of no pork, refraining from sex, choosing my energy well, praying, meditating, eating healthy as I can and I can afford, releasing all my monetary charms and vessels, understanding life and death, birth and renewal, teaching the word. When I accepted his true, like, leadership and guidance, I started to co-create with the universe. I started to get my health right. I started to be a cold motherfucking man. You know what I'm saying? It took time. It took a lot of heartbreak. It took separating myself. You know what I'm saying? I hope this child ain't running towards me. Where are your parents at, little girl? There's a certain like release you get. I was playing hide and seek. There's a certain release you get when you understand your purpose and you know why you're here. It's crazy to me to think that people go their whole lives without knowing anything, without knowing who they are. You know? It still is so surreal to me to realize that I'm the only one. Well, at least I am one of few, you know, in this world of confusion and zombies. And I'm around a lot of people and I'm trying to like not sound like that crazy conspiracy guy. These bitches are bad out here, man. That should be hard. Jog past these motherfuckers real quick. Hopefully they don't back out and hit a nigga. Okay. So now I can get more focused. Everything has a purpose, man. Everything is destined to happen the way it happens. Right? The spiritual shit, I'm kicking it to you for the reason of, like, look at how everything is, bro. Look at how the world is coming. Look at how we are, how we feel every day. Doesn't this place feel like a prison to you? All these locations they were dropping, I couldn't make sense of them until I realized that everything is here already. We don't leave and go to this place up or down. It's already here. This is just the third dimensional realm, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's already here somewhere. When you can leave this body, you can be free. The world is not a globe. It's flat. You can't leave this motherfucker. No matter what they say, it's flat. These laws were given to you to protect you, not to destroy you, not to keep you from having fun. They were given to protect you. It's the Christians that make it look like, and the Catholics, and every religion is poison. It's disgusting. It's literally like a church is a god. I told y'all this, man. It's a god. You come into a demon's house, literally. Religion is mind control. Right? When you realize that everything is just a stage, when you realize that everything is set up to destroy you, you become free. You become free. Not everything is literal. Eden is here somewhere. Israel is in here. Israel is the black man. That's why Jacob is renamed Israel. Israel is not a place. It's not the holy place. Jacob was a person. Israel is a person. It's a nation. It's the nation of black people. Israel is home, man. Shamayim is home. That's the heavens. That's Hebrew. And I go between, like, I know a few terms. I'm not like, I don't speak Hebrew, but I know the most important terms. I know them from study and I know them intuitively, right? So, Shamayim is the heavens. That's home, man. Home is here. We don't gotta we gotta leave, but we don't like travel through like Jupiter and fucking Uranus and through a rocket ship to get to heaven. It's like you become, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a destination. Life is simpler than you think it is. It's life's punishments that make things seem like they're more complex than they are. Your identity becomes nothing when you're on this path, bro. You start to lose your ego. You stop bragging. You stop giving a fuck what people say about you. You stop caring. You become something else. I'm gonna wrap this video up, man. I'll probably make another one. I'll holler at y'all.